Ready.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Cole Kmet. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Bears and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Kick off, keep middle. Kick off, keep left. Kick off, keep middle.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the defending champs, led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, a 2-time winner now in Patrick Mahomes.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the weekend last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And Mahomes going to put it up right away. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete to Tony. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's got this to the rookie, Rashee Rice. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 42. That one goes for 24 yards. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco, and he's got it to about the 40. This defense for the Bears, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 28. 12 yards there as they move to James. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Mahomes throw on target to James. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Entering play call.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. That one caught by Rice. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff and field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their 3rd-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store.
On plan, there are not. Player, there are not. Formation, concept, option, run. Inside zone split WK, PHP/FK and R.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They run with a 4th-round pick, Roschon Johnson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 11 carries, 88 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He's a 2nd-round pick, a solid 2nd-round pick. But when you're close to that 1st round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a 1st-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that 1st-round grades on him.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
Spacing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
2nd down and 3. Up the middle, Johnson. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
WK is selected. Concept, screen pass, play action pass, keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. To throw is Fields. Out to the flat here for Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
DJ Muir, Chris Love, DJ Muir, DJ Stick, the spot.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Fields. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was is looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's third down and 2. You talk about this Chiefs defense. This unit, they struggle a little bit against the pass, right? Number 21 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's third and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Coach spacing, counter F. On plan, error 9, player, error 9, formation, concept, screen pass, play action, keep pass, media, keep pass. Divide, there are 10 categories.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on fourth. They snap it to Fields. Now this is caught. He hits Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff, keep left is selected.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Rice with a nice catch, and he had to be happy on draft day. I would say ecstatic, getting a chance to join the Kansas City offense. And you know what? Kansas City was awfully happy to get him, too. A physical guy who can go underneath and inside, take a hit, and make the catch anyway.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're a back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they're using a lot out of his backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now here's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
Entering play call.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. That's big Jalen Carter, the rookie, able to get him down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. It'll be a gain of 5. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Second and 1 from the 2. A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jerick McKinnon. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs have regained the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left leg selected.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
start offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Full start
options.
backs them up 5. First and 15. Fields. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Slot hook.
Here we go.
Now Fields. They'll air one out deep for Mingo. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Concept, there are 9. Play action pass. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
An
options.
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known the points won't come so easy again.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Waiting on it will be Richie James. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's James. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
They go play fake. Mahomes. That's complete downfield to James. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Richie James, 51 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, return left leg selected.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every day.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Back to throw, Fields. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Entering play call, concept, formation, error, player, error, Kari Blasingami, Roshan Johns, DJ, Where, DJ, Stick, D-Spot.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. He's got Mingo. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
Player, error, night, formation, error, concept, error, play action, deep pass, medium, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone split WK.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. Here's Fields. They'll check this down to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now it's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Concept, play action, keep pass, medium pass, smash, putty corner strike, keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Matt
options.
Eberflus is going to take a risk here on 4th down. He is going to go for it. Fields now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chris Olave. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have got it back to within a score. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Suggestions. There are 9. On plan. There are player. There are formation. Concept. Medium. Quick pass. Medium. Deep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
Matt Eberflus is going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. Fields trying to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Mahomes now to throw. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Throw outside, completion to Rice. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And with that last throw, a nice milestone for Patrick Mahomes. He goes over 25,000 yards passing for his career. Well, it seems like his rookie year was not that long ago, but he is steadily climbing that all-time leaderboard and figures to do so for many years to come. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Entering play
Go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Categories.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And again, it's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year. And that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Butker on for the PAT. And this one gives these guys a 12-point lead.
Special teams, you have 6 options.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chicago offense set to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, it looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Option, run. Ins, zone split WK.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are back within a score. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff, keep left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On first down, Mahomes. Well, be caught by Rice. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another first down.
Well, so far, really there's no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And will bring up second down. So a decent game there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Now it's Mahomes again. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play, and just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, Fields. And he'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Inside zone split WK.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line.
Go.
Now a handoff. Johnson. He gets away from one. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Zone split WK. AHP zone WK.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go to Johnson again. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
You have 3 actions.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
Some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. Did much to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. And how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Chris, DJ, Where, DJ, Stick, D-Spot.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. They snap it to Fields. And it is caught. Touchdown. Jonathan Mingo. 31 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away now from moving out in front. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Now the point after try for Santos. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff, kick left is selected.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, They'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
Entering play call.
Oh, nice defensive effort there. Providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch. And normally, he's a sure-handed target.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Entering play call.
And Cole's number again, it's his 6th catch and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Mahomes now on first down.
With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now 2nd and 9.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Entering play call.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Mahomes now to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletions. They're going for more.
Straight rush. Hey up, safe man.
4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Fields
and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end Kmet.
A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there. A breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Open man is Mingo, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Entering play call.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Cheap pass, medium, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, zone split WK, AHD/FK and R, zone split WK.
Here we go.
pushing through the contact. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I'm trying to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Here we go.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Peek pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Here's
options.
2nd and 7.
Divide is selected.
Here's Fields. And that is caught. But the bank judge right there to say incomplete.
Entering
to this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Player, formation, concept, play action pass, keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
They've been brilliant. Perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3. And they're going to try again here. To throw is Fields. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale. Yeah. Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down, that percentage is way high. And they hadn't stopped them at all. Finally they get a stop, they can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 11. Motion man right is Rice. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Entering play call,
to start the drive, but not anymore. That's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Entering play call.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2 yards to go, second down. Mahomes to throw once more. Incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect
Entering play
certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mahomes going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now here's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Entering play call.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Jalen Carter in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Desmond Ridder, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Jordan Love, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Both these teams get a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think
hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
AHD stretch. AHD zone WK.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Fields going to keep it running right. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Ball
options.
spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Fields. His throw incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air. It could become a big play for the offense. They actually wanted it because the guy floating it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. He's brought down after a pickup at 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Toss right side to Pacheco. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He had a man They missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play type, there are 9 categories, there are 7 subcategories. Concept, there are formation, there are player, there are Chrysalov, Kolkomet, Chrysalov, spacing.
Here we go.
2nd and 9. Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Spacing.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Fields now to throw.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Entering play call, coach
plotting a defensive strategy. And that particular play just came from the outside.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to kick it away. James now to return. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
They'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A quick throw caught by Rice. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Entering play call.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than their partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And the catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have moved out in front. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive goes 8 plays. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, here's Fields. Out to the flat here for Johnson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's Fields now on second down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 24 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. With that pass CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Entering play
we know
call.
all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jalen Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, a field goal's going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 25. Onto the field now come the Bears.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because
it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
Third quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. Now Fields. Dumping it off for Johnson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. And now a tip of the cap to the man under center, Charles. He just went over 400 yards passing in this ball game. He's got the touchdown passes to boot, taking pretty good care of the ball. Just all around a really solid performance.
Yeah, just check, and check, right? Because he certainly showed he was worthy of the trust that his team put in him. A handful of touchdowns to his credit thus far, Now he's just crossing off yardage milestones, and win or lose, his name has to be in serious discussion for player of the game.
He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Concept, medium pass. Smash error, putty corner.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Play action. It's Fields. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Entering play call, smash, there are 13 cat. Concept, there are 9 cat. Quick pass, option, run. Inside zone split WK.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Player, there are not. Formation, there are. Concept, option, run, screen pass, play action, deep pass, medium pass, deep pass. Divide, there are 10 categories.
Matty Overflow's going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. Fields trying to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Mahomes throw on target to James. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now here's Mahomes. Has his man, that's James. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The offense on third down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Finding room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Nolan Smith in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So his 1st sack of the game at CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage.
But
any kind of pass rush you get almost seems like a bonus. I think they'll use him that way a lot more moving forward.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This will get the lead up to 7. Butker's kick here is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories. Temperature.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
There are 7 categories.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Well, the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
There are 7 categories.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. But they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these 2 offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Return left leg is selected.
So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Error 9. Player. Error 9. Chris Log. DJ. Where. DJ. Stick. D-spot.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
One play action, Fields. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Entering play call. Player. There. Chris Log. Spacing. End around lead. Projects weak. Dagger. Husspot. Dagger.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now it's Fields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Trent McDuffie providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
James now to return it. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down and 8. Again, it's Pacheco. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
3rd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Mahomes now to throw. They'll be caught by Rice. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Entering play
It'll
call,
go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
With that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we could make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
For me, concept, play type, there are 9. Concept, media, quick pass, option, run, screen pass, play action, keep pass. Divide, there are 10 categories. You have 3
Fields
options.
and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 37.
Here we go. We're good.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
2nd and 6. Fields. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And that will be incomplete as well.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Personnel, play type, concept, formation, player, goal connect, Chris Love, DJ, Muir, DJ, stick, D-spot.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Zone WK. Out left.
The first down carry here for Johnson.
There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Medium, quick pass. Medium, keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have
so
3
from
options.
The 37, here's a 2nd down and 9. Fields now to throw.
Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Entering play call. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Trying to keep the
options.
drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
To throw is Fields.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Field goal 46 yards. Unplanned error. Player error. Formation error. Concept. Play action pass. Keep pass. Medium pass. Quick pass. Option. Run. Screen pass. Play action pass. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They snap it to Fields. That is caught. He's got the first down and more than that.
Touchdown, Bears!
Jonathan Mingo.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Play action, kick pass, medium, kick pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Fields trying to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's James. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And again, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Entering play call.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
There are 7 categories.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And they get it inside the 10 at the 8. A clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation, and also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Let's ride, dog. Let's go do this thing, baby.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And his kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Concept, error 9, Cabot. Formation, player, error 9, Chris Log, DJ, Blair, DJ, Stick, D. Scott.
Here we go, son. And one last throw here for Fields. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play, they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some good defense on the back end. It might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Kansas City, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.